For this exercise, we're going to look at political machines and city bosses. And I want to know, if you were put in this time period, the 1890s, would you support a political boss, and why or why not? So this is going to help you understand why political machines are both helpful and corrupt, instead of just labeling them as bad, because they do some really cool, good things for people, but overall, maybe not so great. So you are going to take on the role of a new immigrant in a city and decide whether you would support a political machine like Tammany Hall, led by William Tweed, or Boss Tweed. So the first thing is to put yourself in the shoes of an immigrant. You've just arrived in a large American city. So let's say you've arrived in New York. It's the early 1900s, maybe even late 1890s. You don't speak a lot of English. You need a job. You need housing. And you have very, very little money. You came with maybe $20, not even that much. Maybe you came with $2, right? That would go a long way in early 1900s. And a political organization meets you on the dock and they're like, hey, I can help you find a job. I can give you food and basic support until you start making income, until you have some money. And I can also help you find housing if you want. The only thing you have to do is give me your vote when I come and knock on your door, and your loyalty. With that in mind, I want you to also, there is a video embedded here. It's embedded right here, but I want you to look not only at this political cartoon and think about how is Boss Tweed shown. He was a very large man, but you can tell how large he is here. He's dressed very well. He is wearing a nice hat. He has a pipe here that he's smoking. What is the criticism the cartoon is making? Down here it says, and this is him speaking, as long as I count the vote, what are you going to do about it? Say aye. Or just a say. So like, what now? Right? In counting, there is strength. And you can tell the ballot here is really like big and buffed out. Who is the intended audience for this? And what does this image suggest about political machines? Right? You don't have to answer these questions, just think about that. Think about all those things that are happening in this little political cartoon. Watch the video about Boss Tweed so you get more background and more information about how he operated. And then what I want you to do is, in a well-developed paragraph, 5 to 7 complete sentences, answer all 4 of these questions. Would you support the political machine if you were a new immigrant? Why or why not? What benefits did political machines offer to immigrants? And it will tell you that in the video. What were the dangers or problems of political machines? And then how does the political cartoon help explain why many reformers may be criticized? Boss Tweed and political machines. So the requirements for this, you need to use at least one specific detail from either the lesson, the very short blurb I gave you in the overview, or from the video that you're going to watch. Refer to the political cartoon in your answer, write in your own words, and use complete sentences. Okay? So again, if you were a new immigrant in a crowded city, would you support a political machine? Explain your reasoning and use at least one example for those. That should help you answer that question. When you are ready, there will be a submit button down here. You just click on submit, and you can either copy and paste or you can type in your answer there. All right. So again, that the video explaining more about Boss Tweed, the link will be right here for you to click on.